Made some choices for him.
It's week 7 of the 2023 season, and today's clash of conferences is just moments away. It's the Chiefs and the Lions, all that and more, coming up next.
First opened in 2002, there's a look inside Ford Field here in downtown Detroit, the Motor City. Today we've got a matchup here in pivotal Week 7 between the Kansas City Chiefs and the Detroit Lions. Brandon Gaudin joined by Charles Davis. CD, you look at the Lions in this matchup. They're squaring off against a very tough unit to throw against.
And this is not one of the better passing offenses in the league to begin with, Brandon. And to illustrate that point, they're down near the bottom of the power ranking, so the focus is going to need to be on possession-type throws. Whether they're trying to use their running backs or tight ends a little bit more, the big thing is to make sure the quarterback gets it out of his hands quickly to his receivers, and they hope to gain an advantage that way.
Toward the halfway point of the NFL season, Week 7 is underway on EA Sports. From the end zone, here comes Williams. And in hindsight, probably should have taken a knee as he only gets this out to the 16-yard line. So here are the Lions now coming out for their opening drive. And trotting out there, their tall quarterbacks standing at 6'5".
Okay, I thought there was something to build on in last week's game by his performance. I thought he played fairly well overall. The numbers won't knock your socks off. 2 touchdown passes and an interception. The bottom line, though, they lost.
Yeah. How
does he eliminate that one interception, continue to take care of the ball, and maybe increase the number of times he puts the ball in the end zone with a receiver?
Well, the Chiefs are going to get him. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game.
Didn't have the greatest field position to start, did they? And now, after this sack, it's way, way worse.
And right off the bat, first play of the game. So much for coming out throwing as it leads to an early 2nd down and long. First carry for DeAndre Swift. And he was able to shed 1 tackle but could not get away from there. They get just a yard back there, and now they'll be looking at a tough 3rd and 15. Not a whole lot there. The defense was ready, it looked, for that run-pass option.
You get the sense that next time he has that opportunity, he may keep it himself and get to the perimeter. Probably owes his back a little bit of an apology on that one, huh?
Yeah, I don't think this is the script they had in mind for their opening drive. This is 3rd and long. Looking to throw. Jennings. He's airing it out for Williams. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down. And here now the punter Fox as he sends this one away. That'll be a 44-yard boot, just a yard on the return as he's covered up quickly. And it's Chiefs football, 1st and 10. Time to see what Patrick Mahomes can do here with his first possession. The quarterback out of Texas Tech getting set to lead this KC Chiefs offense.
And simply put, for many, he's the gold standard for quarterbacks in today's NFL because of his ability to create, find the open man, use all the different arm angles that he has. He's a complete package, and boy, his team loves to play around him.
Mahomes now on 1st down. And this one caught by Travis Kelce. The numbers for Travis Kelce last week. 7 catches, 87 yards.
And he was able to haul that pass in there, but he knows he's got a tough task ahead of him. This unit in the top 5 in the NFL against the pass. He's going to have to really work hard to get open.
To throw again on 2nd down. Mahomes. And he'll be brought down on the other side of midfield at the 43.
I think that's a big pickup for a first down because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a first down. Executed it to perfection. On 1st and 10, here's Mahomes. He finds his man, Sky Moore. And he's going to be taken down at the 28-yard line.
A gain of 15.
You always worry about those small receivers running through that gnarly patch of land in the middle of the field. But he did a really nice job there holding on to the football and protected himself as best he could while completing the play.
Throwing on 1st down is Mahomes. Flush to his, and a big loss here as he's taken down. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game. And Charles, part of the reason they lost last week, they didn't have a single sack. Well, they changed that quickly.
But did they ever? And it was something they talked about with us extensively. They needed to get pressure. How are they going to get to the quarterback? Obviously, they schemed themselves into a great play, didn't they?
After the sack, they're staring at a challenge basically from the other side of town. It's 2nd and a country mile. Another try after the first down sack. Mahomes. And they'll work this down inside the 30. Backed up here. Tough spot. Needing 11 yards to pick up the first. Throwing is Mahomes on 3rd. Now a swing pass. It's Edwards-Helaire. And he's not going to sniff the first down here. He stopped at the 25. He did his best to just get 4 out of that, but not enough. And now 4th down.
How about that strategy there, Brandon? 3rd down. They just said, we've got faith in our tacklers. We'll give you the short stuff, and just decided to protect the sticks. So every time I hear fans telling me tackling's not a part of the game anymore, plays like that, I can click and save and show them you have to tackle well if you want to be a good defense.
Butker's kick here is good, and the Chiefs are out to a 3-0 lead. So he's been automatic to this point of the season, and he connects on the field goal there.
And what a luxury it is to have a kicker you can depend upon, partner, because he hasn't missed all year long. Converts on that one as well, and kudos to you. You didn't jinx him.
And Williams going to sit on this one. It'll be a touchback. Back onto the field come the Lions for their 2nd overall drive. And the first drive, 3 and out. 2nd possession, see if they can get a little momentum.
And oftentimes that first drive is just a feeling out process. You have some plays that you've got called and you want to see how defense reacts. It may not go terrific on the first one. Now they're ready to go. They've kind of got to look at them, get a sense. Let's see if they open things up a little bit.
See if they open things up. Let's see what the defense does here, too, after a good stop. They'll stay on the ground with Swift. A pickup of about 3 yards as he's taken down at the 31. From the gun on 3rd down. Jennings. He'll get this into the hands of Nico Collins. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. First down Detroit, 16 yards on the pickup. Catch number 100 for his career right there, and it's good enough to keep the chains moving. On first down, they'll go to the ground attack. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
He was taken down behind the line of scrimmage.
The Lions sitting at a very solid 4-2 record through the first 6 weeks. Well, they were losers last time out, trying to turn things around here in this one.
And it always helps to have a home crowd behind you, giving you encouragement as long as you give them something good to cheer about. So, you know, they just want to come out and play well for their faithful, and I expect them to do just that.
So after the loss of a yard, they'll look to push forward here on 2nd down and 11. They go back to the ground, this time Swift. And some solid footwork there as he'll take this down to about the 38. They'll get 17 that time, and the Lions have a first down. Just a terrific run there, Charles, from a running back who is so compact and powerful, and that strength was on display there.
Yeah, this could be a sign of what this defense is in for, because you know all week long the coaches were preaching to the defense, you've got to be able to wrap up against a back like him, or he can make you pay. Technique, technique, technique.
And the next gen's thrown across his body, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Nick Bolton. And the Chiefs are going to have it here at their own 32-yard line. That time defensively looked like they showed quite a bit of pressure, but backed off, and it proved fruitful. They get the pick.
He went through all of his rules about getting rid of the ball quickly because he read blitz. He saw all those people stacked at the line of scrimmage, and then they fooled him by dropping into coverage. Now he's ready to get rid of the ball fast, but guess what? Too many defenders out there. Exactly as you described, an interception.
Kansas City taking the field for their second drive. They've got a 3-0 lead and the football as they start 1st and 10. The drive will begin with a run by Edwards-Helaire. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down. From the gun, it's Mahomes. Got an open man. It's Valdez-Scantling. They'll be in search of 8 yards here as they hope to convert the first down. To throw, it's Mahomes. Open man, Smith-Schuster. It's complete. And he will have a Chiefs first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. And a good quarterback facing zone coverage. If he has just a little bit of time to survey the scene, that's what's going to happen.
No doubt about it. If there's no pressure, he's going to continue to pick them apart because he'll have all that time to find someone open downfield. You can only cover for so long. So maybe they want to go to a zone blitz scheme, get a little bit more pressure. Remember when Carolina did that against Denver? They lost the game ultimately. They dropped the defensive end out, and he ended up with an interception in that game in Super Bowl 50. Maybe some sort of scheme like that to try and get more pressure at the passer.
From just shy of midfield, Mahomes to the right side. It's Kelsey. And they're going to get this to about the 44-yard line.
And the tight end is certainly a position built to move the chains because they can control space underneath. If they've got good hands, then, of course, they're a dynamic target. But one other thing is they're right in the sight lines of a quarterback on just about every play. And that makes it easier for the quarterback to pick him out and deliver.
Mahomes' throw complete there to Moore. And he's going to be taken down at the 28-yard line.
Well, that certainly has to feel good. And it's not all the time that the play caller should get all the credit. Sometimes I think in the huddle, the quarterback just says, hey, who's going to make a play for me? I just need something right here. And the end result there, nice first down. Drive keeps moving.
They had to settle for 3 last drive, hoping this second go-around ends in 6. In good position, 1st and 10. They go back to the ground with Edwards-Helaire. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
Part of their struggles last week was getting these negative plays on 1st and 2nd down. That's something they have to be wary of as this game continues.
Now they contend with a 2nd and 12 after the loss. Mahomes going to throw. And this one is going to be off the mark, too far out in front. 9th play of the drive coming up, and certainly not an easy one on 3rd and long. Throwing now is Mahomes. And that will be incomplete. So on 4th down, Mahomes off, Harrison Butker on for the Chiefs field goal. He made his first, this from 47 yards out. Butker's kick here is good, and that will make it 6-0. So, Charles, they get to them with their first turnover of the game and then make it hurt a little bit extra with a field goal.
And anytime you give the ball up, what's the first thing a coach tells his defense? Don't let them score off of this. You've got to put out the fire. In fact, in 2021, that's what one NFL coach turned his defense. The firemen, go out there, guys, and don't let them put some points on the board.
And Detroit getting set to go now. As the offense comes out here, Charles, remember they threw the interception last time out, but they were moving the football down the field. Looked like they were going to have a sustained drive that ended in points, but then the pick ensued.
And because of that, there's no way you can call the last drive a success. Yes, there are things to build on because they found some play calls at work. Now, they've got to build another drive and find a way to avoid the turnover that plagued it on the last one.
And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. 40 yards rushing for him now on just 6 carries to this point. Now, look, that wasn't a huge game, but those are the types of carries I think they were missing in their loss last week. They couldn't get him going on the ground.
Did you get the same feeling I did during our meetings, that they kind of regretted that he didn't touch the ball?
Absolutely.
You know, hey, he should have touched it more last week. They weren't going to make that same mistake, and they've taken care of that early.
On first down, they'll go to the ground attack. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12. 6-0 our score after 1. Second quarter action now from Detroit, and it's the homestanding Lions who have the football as they've got it 2nd down and 12. They run out of the gun with Swift. And hard running's going to get him over the 40 to the 42. In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down. Back to throw. Jennings. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And they'll bring him down 1 yard shy after a pickup of 4.
Well, it looks like they got what they wanted. They got the completion, but they weren't able to break any tackles or gain nearly enough yardage to pick up the first down. Now to be 4th and short.
On 4th down, Jack Fox on to punt for Detroit. And the kick's away as he angles this one for the sideline. And this will be up to the ruling of the side judge here. He says it crossed out of bounds at the 16-yard line. And Kansas City's offense now set and ready to go. And their 2 drives thus far both led to points, albeit both field goals, so the lead just 6-0, but the ability to move the ball is evident.
Well, that's, heartening, as they say, but it's not what they're about. What they're about is putting the ball in the end zone and putting 6s on the board. So if you're the offensive coordinator, you like what you're doing, but you don't love it. You've got to find a way to ring that bell. Then you can have a little self-satisfied grin. Right now, a little more determination is needed.
Complete on the quick throw to Moore. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets this football out shy of the 30 to the 29. 3rd catch of this first half for him, and this one is a first down.
And that's a more than acceptable read right there because it's zone coverage, so timing is everything. This time he waits for his man to come open, puts it right on him, and they pick up a first down.
First and 10, it's Edwards-Helaire with it. And he'll take this up near the 35, maybe the 34. After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. Mahomes on the give to Edwards-Helaire. And he'll get about 2 there to the 36. This offense so far on 3rd down, just 1 for 3 thus far. This time it's 3rd and 3. Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete. Here's the punter, Martin, out to kick it away. 47 yards on the punt that time, just 1 yard on the return. And the Lions will take over. DeAndre Swift heading back out with his Detroit teammates. Those are his numbers through roughly the first half of the season, and given that, you'd have to think he's on pace for a 1,000-yard campaign.
Steady as he goes, steady goes the offense. But you know what else is happening, too? Because they are a team now recognized with the ability to run the football. You've got to be able to throw it better now, right? Better throwing lanes, better opportunities for the guys downfield, maybe more one-on-one coverage, which you should be able to beat easier. Yeah, he's establishing not just a tone, but an identity for his team.
And that's a discussion we had a couple days ago in the team meetings, talking about this running game opening up the passing game. We'll see if that continues to happen. Right back to Swift again on second down. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 15. And the officials here going to pause the game for a second. Looks like there's an injured Chief on the field. Well, now they're going to come out and take a look at this injury, and we'll be back in a moment. Now on third down, an extra DB out there for the Chiefs. Operating from the gun, Jennings. And this is going to be incomplete. Jack Fox out to punt here on fourth down. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. That's pulled in at the 32. It'll go as a 50-yard punt, 6 yards on the return. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. So here are the Chiefs to take over. They are trying to snap that 3-game losing streak. On top so far with the football here, 1st and 10. Here's Edwards-Helaire as they will start on the ground. They'll take it past the 40 to the 41, second down. 3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. They'll run here with Edwards-Helaire. And the running lane's non-existent in this first half as they'll stop him behind the line. Looking to throw is Mahomes. He'll find Clyde Edwards-Helaire. And he's going to be taken down right at the 40-yard line.
So many times in my career, I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing. But as long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch, then your defense is going to be in a lot of trouble.
Edwards-Helaire as they run out of the gun. And give him 6 yards here as he's stopped near the 35 at the 34. On second down and 4, Mahomes. And he'll look underneath here for Edwards-Helaire. So back-to-back plays, each get nothing. And that'll bring us to a 3rd and 4.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. You're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
Shotgun snap to Mahomes. Open man right side is Smith-Schuster, complete. And he gets it down a yard or 2 shy of the 30 before he's out of bounds. So the completion good for just 3. And that's going to make it 4th down.
A short gain that doesn't get them the first down brings up a 4th down situation.
Really nice job defensively. They knew where the sticks were. They got the stop before it. They run. It's Williams. And he's able to pick up the first down here before he goes down at the 26. Well, we kind of looked at each other as they decided to go for it, but in the end, great execution, a 6-yard gain, and it all works out. I like that call. I'm assuming you're with me.
I am. I'm totally with you. And to me, they saw something that they liked there. Because, let's face it, it's going to be a mass of bodies, but it feels like the head coach just said, my best runner over my best blocker, give it to me right now.
And you only needed 1 yard where they were on the other side of the field. Seems like a no-brainer.
If we can't get 1 yard, what are we doing out here?
He finds more in the end zone. Touchdown, Kansas City. A great effort there. His first touchdown on the year. And they are able to add on to their advantage. So, Charles, they had him double covered in the end zone. It still was not enough.
I wonder if they're thinking to themselves now, 2 didn't work. Do we go for 3 guys on him next time? Because he fought through all.
And now, of course, all scoring plays are reviewed, and I think they're going to take an extra long look at this one. They're taking a peek at whether or not those feet were in bounds, and obviously a big call here in the end zone.
And not just the feet. How about the hands? How's the ball possessed while the feet are hopefully getting down in bounds? That's what they're trying to look at to see if it all comes together.
So they called it a touchdown originally, and this will stay a touchdown after the video review, so they had it right. Extra point by Butker is on target, and the lead now stands at 13. So that drive goes 8 plays. And it was Sky Moore capping things off with a touchdown reception. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. From the end zone, here comes Williams. And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Costs him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20. And now this offense comes back out onto the field. They find themselves down 13-0 here as they try to get things started offensively. 1st and 10. On the ground, it's Swift to start the drive. And he is brought down at the 22 after a gain of 2, and it brings up 2nd down.
He was taken down at the 22-yard line.
Right back to Swift again on 2nd down. Trying to run inside, but nothing there. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it. On 3rd down, Jennings. And he's taken down, a Chiefs sack. That time, multiple defenders getting pressure, and it's a loss of 6. Well, you're already up a couple of scores here in the first half defensively, and Charles, they just seem to be playing really free on that side of the football.
I love the observation because with that type of a lead, they feel like they can take a few more chances and be even more aggressive, and it's been paying off for them so far this game.
Here's Jack Fox now. Fair catch taken just inside the 40-yard line. So a change of possession here on the punt. And they will take over 1st and 10. Out comes Patrick Mahomes and the Chiefs offense. He had the touchdown pass last time they had it. And they'll start here with a 1st and 10. Mahomes going to leave it with Edwards-Helaire on the draw. And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on 1st down.
They just keep trying, but so far, finding no room for him to run.
None whatsoever. In fact, you run the numbers. He's under 3 yards a carry at the moment. The last run got 9. That leaves him with 2nd and a yard. A shotgun snap and a give to Edwards-Helaire. And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield at the 49-yard line. They'll run. It's Edwards-Helaire. And he's going to get it across the midfield stripe into Lion territory. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
2 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and 8.
Mahomes now to throw. Quick slant to Valdez-Scantling. And they'll get this down to the 42-yard line. This is 3rd and 1. Very likely 4-down territory, even if they don't get it, though. They'll let this go for the end zone. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
He certainly had a good game throwing the ball so far, but I think he was trying to take that from good to great with that throw, trying to get one downfield.
And this kick is not going to be close. It's well short, well right to boot. And the lead will hold at 13.
And this is a commentary of today's kickers and just how good they are that a coach would think about running his guy out there to try a 59-yarder. Here it backfires on him, but as a kicker, you have to appreciate the confidence that they showed in you.
Now the Lions offense, they get ready to head back out there. See if they can put this drive in the end zone, Charles, because it's been a little bit of a rough go at times. They've had to punt the football a ton in this ball game because of stalled out drives.
So are you saying that you're kind of tired of seeing the punter run out there and do his thing during this game? Is that what you're trying to say?
Well, I mean, I'm okay with it. I have a feeling that this offense, they don't want to see the punter again.
And frankly, the punter doesn't want to run out there anymore himself. He would love to see his offense put together a drive and give his leg a rest.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Looking to throw. Jennings. Now he's flushed out left. And this one incomplete. Threw it down at the feet of his receiver. They work again from the 38 on 2nd and 10. Throwing again. Jennings. Open man is Quintez Cephas. The Lions will use the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Again, he'll drop to throw. Sideline throw, it's complete. And a nice job there of keeping the toes in bounds. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. He's going to get that to Swift underneath. And they're going to be set up now with the ball at the 13-yard line. Now another timeout called for by the offense as they'll stop it with 40 seconds remaining in this first half. They'll look to throw again. Over the middle, caught by Bellinger. And he is going to have a Lions first down as he's able to get about 3 that time on 3rd and inches.
Oftentimes we think of those tough yards as grinding yards that a running back has to pick up. How about the tight end there picking up the first down in that situation?
That's what he's there for, right?
Big fella, get it to him, let him fight off some people and pick up the necessary yardage.
First down now, but the clock continues to move. Back to throw again. Being chased out left. And he just throws this one away. Smart decision here this close to the end zone, and it brings up 2nd down. And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again. Open man right side is St. Brown. And down inside the 10 here before he's out of bounds right around the 7. To throw on 3rd down, Jennings. Toward the back corner of the end zone, but he could not get the feet down. This will wind up incomplete.
It's 4th down.
And his kick is good. And they will indeed get on the board here, but still trailing. It's now 13-3. Well, still trailing here, but they do get the late field goal. Now their defense will try to keep this score right where it is heading into the locker room.
Yeah, and trailing it to break, you obviously don't want to go in off of a negative play. Give them credit for that one. Finding a way to put points on the board, give them any type of a spark, anything to build off of as they try to play a comeback.
So time perhaps for one final kneel down before they take this lead to the locker room. So we reach halftime here in a 10-point game. As we'll send you down to Orlando, and we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much. A lot to get to here as some of the division races starting to take shape as we look around the NFL here in week number 7. We'll begin up at Bank of America Stadium in Uptown Charlotte, where you see the final score there. Baker Mayfield, strong in the victory, as his guys looked better than a team that had won just one game coming in. From there, we head down to sunny Miami to check on the Dolphins at home at Hard Rock Stadium. And they lead the visiting Denver Broncos at the half. Tyreek Hill, well over 100 yards with 2 touchdown catches to boot. Lastly, let's get to the Windy City, see what's happening with the Bears at home at Soldier Field. And they were winners in that one over the visiting Minnesota Vikings. David Montgomery, a touchdown run in the victory. Time now for a check of the next-gen stats in that first half for KC. And there were a few factors as to why they built this good size advantage, but the rushing numbers were not all that amazing. We'll see if they can pick it up in the second half. Meanwhile, for the Lions, they too didn't do a whole lot in terms of rushing efficiency in that first half, as you can tell by the numbers there.
All right, Coach, thanks very much. Fine work as always as we welcome you back for quarter number 3. Ready for the start of the third quarter. The Chiefs have the lead and set to receive the football. And he will not bring it out. It's a touchback. The Chiefs ready to go on offense to begin quarter number 3. This offense set to begin the third quarter. And, Charles, if they had a checklist of things they wanted to accomplish in the first half, certainly at the top of that list would be having the lead, and they've got that here.
That's always the most important box to check, isn't it? But also, they've had some success in their passing game, so probably an empty box establishing the run. They're on pace for fewer than 100 yards in this one. So now they want to make sure that they get that going so they truly have a control in this ball game. And down the stretch, being able to be balanced, either throw it or run it, and try and win this ball game.
Now Mahomes. Throw left side, complete to Smith-Schuster. And he's going to come up a bit short. He needed to get to the 35 for the first, but he only makes it to the 34.
So much about offense is what you call hidden yardage. You know, you throw the ball to someone, they catch it, and then they can make a big play. You know, they create a play, run after catch. They did a really nice job there limiting that and keeping him from a first down.
Yeah, stopped him in his tracks. Here's Sam Martin now as he'll punt it away for the second time. Here's Williams to return. 8 yards on the return following a punt of 41. And that will come the offense as they take over. So we get a look at the Lions offense as they get ready for their first possession of the second half. And, Charles, they're certainly still right in this game, but they need that offense to wake up and in a hurry.
Yeah, I like the way you put it. They certainly did seem to sleepwalk a bit in the first half. Now that their defense has done its job, it's their turn now to go out and try and get some points.
A 6-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 4.
On second down, Swift. Absolutely nobody fooled there. He's going nowhere fast as he stopped behind the line of scrimmage. Call that a loss of a yard, and things get a little more difficult here, 3rd and 5.
I know they'd love to take some heat off of that young quarterback, but so far, not much in the running game, and this won't help things either. A loss on that play.
These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. Back to throw. Jennings. Throws out left. It's caught by Williams. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. And the fair catch is taken at about the 13-yard line here. So possession goes over here on the punt. And the Chiefs are going to take over with a long field ahead and a 1st and 10. Mahomes will lead the Chiefs up 1st and 10 at their own 14-yard line. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And nowhere to run on the interior of that defensive line. He'll get back only to the line of scrimmage. On second down, here's Mahomes. Open man completes it to Smith-Schuster. So 7 yards from the first down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage. Throwing is Mahomes on 3rd. A throw right side taken in by the tight end Gray. And he will not get what he needed as he stops short of the first down at around the 22. The result, only 4 yards there on the play. And that'll bring up 4th down.
Oh, it's time to give a little credit there to the defense. They played that very well because it was a drag route. And he ran a little shallower than normal as he worked straight across the field. He was hoping he'd get lost behind the defensive line. But once he made the catch, nowhere to turn upfield and gain any yardage.
And on 4th down, on is the punt team sending this one away. On the return is Williams. So a good punt, but a solid 12-yard return. So out now come the Lions. And our game's hit a little bit of a lull here, a little bit of a snag. Punts on back-to-back drives.
And old-school coaches don't necessarily mind that. Didn't turn it over, right? Didn't create a big play for the other team. Right now what you're looking for is can you gain an advantage in field position? And that's what both teams are seeking right now.
Yeah, they'll be seeking to gain that advantage here on this drive. Right back to Swift again on second down. And he'll take it across the 50 and into Chief territory. 58 yards rushing for him now in the ball game.
And after that type of a run, there's some talking going on down on the field, but it's not trash talking. The guy who just carried the ball, he's going back and telling his offensive line, great job, keep it up, and we'll break that one soon.
On third and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air. Left side, that's caught by Mitchell. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. His first catch, and it's a pretty big one. They get the conversion on third down.
You don't always expect tight ends to be big in terms of run after the catch, but after that play, he joins a growing band of players that's putting that stereotype right on its ear.
On 1st and 10, it's Swift. They juked him. A good gain again. That's now 31 yards combined on those last two plays.
Despite the score, despite the deficit, no quitting this guy. He's running angry, running through arm tackles. He wants to change what that scoreboard is saying.
Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. Inside the red zone here. They'll look to throw. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked off by L'Jarius Sneed. And the Chiefs are going to take possession here. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 20-yard line. And maybe he telegraphed it a little bit right there. You've got a cornerback knowing that he's going against a rookie quarterback. He stepped in and picked him.
You think he had a great week of preparation, looking forward to this opportunity? And the second part of that is, when you're a young quarterback, you are going to stare down targets, but oftentimes your playbook hasn't expanded to give you full field reads as well. Makes it a little bit tougher for him.
They'll start on the ground here on 1st down. And he stopped right at the 25 after a gain of 5. Here's a 2nd and 5 now from the 25. Here's Mahomes to throw. Got an open man. It's Valdez-Scantling. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. Mahomes to MVS there for the Kansas City first.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing, because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the third quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode, really try and put the hammer down and finish this one off.
Here's Edwards-Helaire. And he'll manage to pick up about 4 at 2nd down. The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. Throwing now is Mahomes. That ball is caught. Marquez Valdez-Scantling. And it's going to be another 1st down as they'll get him to the ground at the Lions' 32-yard line. A really nice gain of 25 yards.
That's another beautiful throw right there. It gets it to his man right in stride. And I think that throw kind of exemplifies what we've seen from this offense throughout this game. They've been in rhythm. They've been sharp. They've been on it. And they pick up another 1st down there.
Edwards-Helaire on the counter. And only able to get 2 here. Stopped at the 30. Second down, back to Edwards-Helaire. He lost 4 there, and it's 3rd down.
I thought he did a nice job there setting it in to make sure nothing could get to the outside. But he decided that wasn't enough for him. Worked his way back inside and made the tackle on the ball carrier.
Seventh play of this drive coming up, but a long way to go on 3rd down. Mahomes going to throw. They'll set up the screen to Edwards-Helaire. And this play will be blown up. He'll lose yardage back at the 38. It'll be a loss of 4 yards on the play. And that's going to bring up a 4th down. Well, you can see what they wanted to do. They wanted to set up the screen there, but it got blown up.
It's hard to run that play if you're not getting a lot of pressure at the quarterback because the space doesn't open up. They were able to read that one and slow it down and stop it before they could get a 1st down.
And he has got it from 55 yards away. That was never in doubt. And the lead stretches 16-3 now. So the turnover leads to points as they add 3 there.
Yeah, what a sequence there and a nice one for them. They forced the interception, put together a little drive, and then come away with 3 points. Nothing to it, partner. Just do it.
And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. Time for another look at this Lions offense. As this offense takes the field against CD. Remember, last drive, they were moving the football, but then they threw that costly interception, so we'll see if they can right the ship here on this drive.
And doesn't that just sum up football? We see it all the time, don't we? The defense goes from losing the battle to making a huge play and stealing the momentum. So you know they're riding high right now, and they're ready to challenge this offense and that quarterback one more time.
And we'll see if the offense is up for that challenge here as things start to get more interesting here in this second half. The 2nd down attempt there knocked down as it leaves the quarterback's hand, and it's incomplete. From the gun on 3rd down, Jennings. And he'll be taken down, but he does have 1st down yardage. A 3rd down gain of 3 yards, and that'll be enough.
Did you see that route the way that I did? I thought he was trying to get deep.
Yeah, that wasn't the first option.
No, it came off of that guy, the deep guy. He came underneath on the drag, completed it very well.
Under a minute to go in this 3rd quarter as they come up 1st and 10. Looking to throw. Jennings. That's complete to Swift out of the backfield. The completion, but they go in the wrong direction. A loss of yards, and now they're dealing with a 2nd and long.
I really like the angles that the tacklers came from on that play. They secured inside, took away the cutback. The sideline's there, so you can only go so far outside. And they were able to close in and tackle him for a loss.
Yeah, they used your boy over there, the 12th man. Sammy Sideline, right?
Sammy Sideline. You know something? He tackles pretty well, too.
He's tougher than an airport steak. And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30. And they're not going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as the 3rd quarter has come to a close. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. On 3rd down, Jennings. And that's out to the flat for Swift. So he stopped for no gain. And it'll be 4th down. Did they maybe play that too safely on 3rd down? I know you don't want to just throw a ball blindly downfield, but that didn't help them a whole lot.
I think they probably said if it's open, take the shot. If not, get something safe because we do have 4th down to try and pick it up.
Here comes the Lions punter now as they're forced to kick for the 6th time today. Now this Chiefs offense gets set to go again. There are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this 4th quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking 1st downs. To keep up with your theme there, playing keep away, 1st downs, they can't touch the ball.
And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll leave them with a 2nd and just a few inches left. The passing game continues to be their friend. Even with a stable lead here in the 4th, Charles, they're going back to that well.
Yeah, with their overall philosophy, you know that they trust their quarterback. He's been able to throw it well. They continue to throw these safe passes. Who can blame them?
On 2nd and very short, Mahomes. And the Lions pressure too strong. Down he goes. It'll go in the books as a 7-yard loss on the sack. And it's 3rd down.
They had the right down and the definite distance to take a shot downfield. But it didn't work out the way that they had envisioned.
No, that's a situation where if you take a sack close to the line of scrimmage, it's not that bad. But a loss like that, you can't take a sack there.
Yeah, absolutely. The one thing you cannot do, they did.
The Chiefs on third down. Just a 20% success rate at 2 of 10. This is 3rd and 7. To throw, it's Mahomes. He's going to look deep for more. And he's caught on the sideline, but he's not going to have a first down. They say he was out of bounds. So a big call there. That brings up 4th. On 4th down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. Oh, nice move. 45 yards, that's what the punt goes for. 5 on the return. Detroit's offense ready to take over. Their defense was able to force the punt. That's the good news. But this is still a 2-score game, and they need points on this drive and in a relatively quick manner. On 1st and 10, Jennings. This pass into the hands of Bellinger. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on 1st down.
A gain of 9 brings up 2nd and 1 at the 40-yard line.
To throw on 2nd down, Jennings. And that's hauled in by St. Brown over the middle. That one, a 1st down pickup of 8. 4th quarter, every drive so critical, and you figure they only get one more shot after this, so a touchdown's imperative on this drive.
It is, but you also have to think to yourself in play calling, don't hold anything back. Don't save it for the 2nd touchdown. You got the 1st one for the 2nd one to even matter.
From the gun, here's Swift. And he'll take it across the 50 and into Chief territory. 6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. And they're going to get this down to about the 37.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Back to throw. Jennings. He'll get this off to Swift. And he's going to be taken down at about the 33. Looking to throw on 2nd down. Jennings got his man. It's Williams. And he'll be marked down at about the 26-yard line.
1st and 10 at the 26-yard line.
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. And he'll be marked down right at the 15-yard line. With that grab, he now sits at 200 for his career, and maybe more importantly, a 1st down.
1st and 10 at the 15-yard line.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. And he's not able to get away. Sacked back at the 22. Yannick Ngakoue in there to drop him for his 11th sack of the year. And you hate to say it with a rookie quarterback. He's done some good things, but overall, looked a little bit overwhelmed back there, hasn't he?
He certainly has. But in his defense, he hadn't had a lot of time to throw the football. You like the way I said that? In his defense.
In his defense. I got it.
You see what I did there?
Yeah, he needs better protection, that's for sure. Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on 2nd down. Operating from the gun. Jennings. That's complete. It's Collins. And he'll be marked down right at the 15-yard line.
It's a gain of 7. Makes it 3rd and 10.
To throw on 3rd down. Jennings. He'll be hit and taken down at the 21. The Mississippi State man, Chris Jones, with a sack there. Now, the #1 mission of any offensive line, you got to protect that quarterback, keep him safe back there. This time, the rush got to him in a hurry.
Yeah, that's when we turn to your lineman and say, guys, can I get a little help here? And you have to ask politely because, remember, they're blocking for you the entire game. But as a quarterback, you've also got to have the clock running in your head when you need to get rid of the football. But this time...
And this is caught. For the moment, it's a touchdown, but multiple flags down, so let's sort this out.
Pass interference. Defense.
So obviously they will decline the penalty there, and the result is 6 points.
That penalty is declined.
Now the try here for the extra point. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this fourth quarter. So that one a long 11-play drive. And it was Nico Collins who finished it off with a touchdown reception. This taken in at the goal line. And no alley to be found. The coverage was solid, and he's dropped at the 18. And the officials here are going to pause the game for a second. Looks like there's an injured Chief on the field. While they come out and take a look at him, we will step aside for just a moment. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. That last touchdown has made this really tight. They're clinging now to this slim lead. Second half, they only have a field goal. This offense needs to kick it into gear.
And right now, I'm looking directly at the field general, at the quarterback, because to me, he's got to take over right now by word, pumping his team up, and then, of course, by deed with his play. My high school coach used to say that all the time. Laddie, take over by word and deed.
Indeed means action.
Exactly.
4 yards the pickup, first down. And I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely, you want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
Now a pass hauled in downfield. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. And that one results in 35 yards.
Well, partner, I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way they flip field position there? A nice attacking play. They picked up a heck of a chunk of yardage.
So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. Now Edwards-Helaire. And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it. From the 35 on 2nd down, Mahomes. And, he's unable to hold on to that defensively. A potential game changer, but it falls incomplete. Mahomes now to throw. And this is caught. He hits more. And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 10-yard line. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. He's been the go-to guy. They needed a big play there on 3rd down. Went his way. It worked out.
Doesn't matter whether they've scouted it or that they think he's going to get the ball. He has a knack for finding his way open and completing the connection.
So 1st and goal, 6 points here would go a long way toward wrapping this one up. Looking to throw is Mahomes. Caught on the slant. And in for the Chiefs touchdown. Travis Kelce, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Chiefs look like they're going to get back in the win column as they extend their lead here in this 4th quarter. Well, that's certainly going to bump up the old win probability index because now it's a 2-score game here in the 4th quarter.
Yeah, you're taking me into that deep water now. Win probability index. This game's definitely not over. We're not looking at a 0.5% or something. It's just 2 scores. But the way that this team has played, to me, what I've seen, they absolutely deserve to win this game. They've been the better team by far throughout.
Mahomes will throw for it. To the end zone, but it's incomplete. Tough there. Good pass. Hit the hands. He just couldn't bring it in.
And every receiver's coach everywhere. Seeing that play, focus, focus, focus. Watch him all the way in and tuck it away.
Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. Taken at the goal line. And he returns this to the 22. So now the Lions down on the scoreboard. At time, a huge factor. It's been a struggle to score all day, and now they need to do it twice here late to have a chance. Throwing to start the drive. Jennings. He's going to get that to Swift underneath. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. 17 yards on the catch and run. It's a first down.
That's good.
So the Lions in possession of the football as we welcome you back. They've got a 1st and 10 as they search for a late score. St. Brown on the catch. And they'll get this down to the 42-yard line. First down now, but that clock rolling.
A gain of 19 yards. That's another deep.
Looking to throw. Jennings dancing to his left. He'll drop this one off to Swift. And he'll be brought down inside the 40-yard line. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked off by L'Jarius Sneed. And the Chiefs are going to take possession here at their own 3-yard line.
So many times we end a game, and as we're recapping it, we're talking about what offenses did and how they won the game. Let's flip this one over. The defense, they frustrated the offense the entire ball game. That's why they're walking out of here with a victory.
And they're going to love to walk out of here with that as their final act, that interception. Good way for them to end it. So now here are the Chiefs as their offense makes their way back out onto the field. And a few kneel downs should just about do it. Now, defensively, they do have all 3 timeouts, but very little reason to use them at this point. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down. Now a carry for Edwards-Helaire. And he will take this up to about the 8-yard line. The Lions now going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as it comes with exactly a minute to go in the football game. And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game. From the gun, they'll try to run it. Now the defense will burn their 3rd and final timeout as they get it with under a minute to go now in the football game. Here's Sam Martin now as he's on for the 5th time here today. And a fair catch called for and taken right on the midfield stripe. 37 yards on the punt with no return. And the Lions will have excellent field position here as they take over 1st and 10. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. Flushed out right. And he'll be tackled on the other side of midfield at the 46-yard line. Here's a 2nd and 7. He'll complete this one to Collins. And he's going to be taken down at the 28-yard line.
It's a gain of 18.
Throwing on 1st down. Jennings. That's going to be caught. And he is into the end zone for the touchdown. So they still need a miracle with a clock where it's at, but they get one piece to the puzzle down. Still have hope. Point after, right down the middle. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this 4th quarter. So with just a few ticks left, they need a miracle. And the Chiefs have got it. And with that, they should have a victory as well. They had to go for it with no timeouts remaining, though now. This one's as good as over.
They gave it an effort. They tried their best, did everything they could to try and get the ball on the onside kick. You're exactly right. They had to try it. It was their only option. And now this game is done. Just take it, kneel, and call it a day.
So this one in the win column for Kansas City. And we talk so much about the turnover battle, determining who wins, who loses. This game, no exception. Air-free football, no turnovers at all, and they win it.
So this is one you don't have to convince your team that what you're saying is accurate.